Biggest challenges, and of course, with environmental issues critical on Long Island, I'm curious in what you're sort of seeing in the market right now with manufacturing companies, and what precautions are you advising companies? Of course, you become really a milestone, you know, in the whole scheduling of a growth project.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the growth, development, and expansion of new facilities, it's diverse depending on the nature of your business, what you're looking to do, how much space you need, where you're looking to develop. The environmental regulations are not going away, no matter what Trump has to say. They're here. You always start with your due diligence, right up front. Phase 1, phase 2, you guys all understand what that is when you're looking at a property. Phase 1 is essentially, record search. You're looking for what we call RECs, recognized environmental concerns. What was at that site before you guys? Nowadays it's very rare you're going to find a pristine vacant lot. Especially where we're looking here in Long Island. So it's more going back towards redevelopment. So you got to go in and you got to look at, who was there before I was, what was the nature of their business, what did they do, did anything happen, are there any existing open spills or any other practices that may affect this site, what we call impact the site. So you do that, and then the next step is a phase 2. Let's say you found something, they may have had a tank, may have had a leak, an open spill, it's closed. Do you want to go further investigate that? Then you get into the environmental concerns of like groundwater, soil, subslab vapors, what's going to be in that soil that's left behind if I go and I occupy this building, or I'm going to build a new building, what do I have to do? You can also look at brownfields redevelopment, big incentives right now to do that, not only in Long Island, but in the city, across the entire state. The voluntary cleanup program, the brownfields cleanup program, the BCP and the VCP, there's all sorts of tax incentives, all right, because if you guys are looking to take on a property that needs a little bit of TLC cleanup, it's obviously going to cost you money. So on the back end of that, you get the incentives to help you to move that project forward. There's also some grants available. Guys in my office can speak to that, extensively. But we work with a lot of manufacturers, we work with developers. When you guys find a site, how do we go about investigating it? How do we go about cleaning it up? What's the extent of that contamination? What do I have to do? Who are the regulatory agencies that are going to be involved? It's going to be local, state, is it federal? We've been on Superfund sites. We're doing a great big redevelopment up in the Glen Cove area where we got the EPA, we've got the local health department, we've got the state, DEC involved. They've all got oversight and jurisdiction. It's how do you manage all that? So there's a lot of moving pieces, especially when it comes to environmental regulations. Think of it as could be chemical bulk storage, depending on the nature of your facility. You may have petroleum bulk storage for heating, or you may have a fleet of vehicles. These are all things you have to take into consideration when you're looking at a piece of property.
Actually, I have a lead up it's not on the list, so don't get scared. But just leading up to what you're talking about. So there's a requirement for manufacturing companies and others in the park, the Hop Industrial Park actually, to hook up to the sewers.
Oh yeah.
And I'm curious.
One of my favorite topics.
Right, sewers is always where it goes, right? So so I have a question about that, but also if people want to chime in about even financing and issues, because I know, for some companies it could cost $75,000 to $100,000 just to hook up, which maybe wasn't planned in their budget or their investment plan. So I don't know if you want to speak about the infamous topic of the sewer requirement in the biggest industrial park that we have.
Well, absolutely. I mean, it's twofold, right? Depending on what you guys are doing, you may have two separate types of connections, right? One sanitary, which is your regular bathroom waste, sinks, showers, drains, toilets, whatever, and then there may be an industrial discharge permit, all right? So it could be twofold. So not only do you have to consider, what happens when I, turn the sink on, but you may have a process wastewater. What happens? Do I have to pre-treat that? What kind of permits do I need with the county? Because it's going to go, hot it goes to the Suffolk County DPW, eventually takes charge of all that wastewater. So you've got a close coordination with either the health department or the DPW, depending on the nature of your business. So as far as fees, you got to take that into consideration, and it's going to be based. They're going to look at twofold again. What is the nature of your waste? And then secondly, and probably just as importantly, how much? How many gallons a day are you guys looking to dump into the sewer? There's a couple of things you have to consider. Not only your connection, but that existing sewer main out there. Is it capable of handling the load? Do we need to upgrade the sewer main? Is there going to be a force main, a pump station? A lot of things go into consideration here, and it can get costly.